The following episode will contain spoilers. You have been warned.
You're listening to Cinema IRL, the podcast that throws you into the movie and asks the question, what would you do? When Amber and Scott sit down to talk today's movie, The Toxic Avenger Unrated. Expect mop-wielding mutation, corporate greed, and yes, mutant nudity. And now, Cinema IRL.
I wish I could switch places for just one day.
What would you do?
Put yourself in my shoes.
How do we handle this?
What would you do?
Put yourself in my position.
What would you do?
Now it's your turn.
I just couldn't take this movie seriously.
I don't think it was meant to be taken seriously, was it?
I was good until the point where she picked up and swung a toilet into the guy's nuts.
Well, I mean,
toilets are heavy.
Yeah, no, toilets are very heavy.
Toilets are very heavy. She's not swinging that into someone's nuts. I mean, I was fine till that point.
Yeah. Okay, you were fine till that point? That was the end of the movie. Okay.
That's the joke.
Okay. Folks, welcome to Cinema IRL. This episode we are talking about the Toxic Avenger. Oh my God. Blah, blah, blah.
The Toxic Avenger.
Blah, blah, blah. Yes, thank you. And this is a terrible description, so we're just starting off strong here. A horrible toxic accident transforms downtrodden janitor Winston Goose into a new evolution of hero, the Toxic Avenger. Now, Toxie must rise from outcast to savior, taking on ruthless corporate overlords and corrupt forces who threaten his son, his friends, his community, in a world where greed is rampant and justice is best served radioactive. There is not an accident. Who writes these things? I need to write a strongly worded letter. So often these film descriptions are
a lot of letters.
Really wrong. Yeah, there was no toxic accident. He was killed and thrown into a vat of goo. And I gotta say,
he kind of got killed on accident. Like he wasn't their target.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't a horrible toxic accident.
Yeah, it was not a horrible toxic
accident. After he was shot, under normal circumstances, then they threw him into the goo.
Yeah, sometimes I think these people who write the descriptions are literally looking at the movie poster and the name and going, this is probably what happened.
Yeah, it's frequently wrong. Also, too, the thing that I thought was weird about this film is aside from him coming into the diner and taking out the people that were holding the hostages at the diner, he wasn't really doing any heroic stuff. Like, this didn't feel this whole thing of that he is outcast to savior. Like, I didn't see that. I gotta be honest here. I didn't really enjoy this film, and I can't say that about a lot of films. A lot of films are like, oh, it was okay or whatnot, but this film did not do anything for me.
This one had enough comedic points, but it very much leaned into being campy.
I like campy.
Yeah, I do too, but it was like, you know me and Fantasy Football Monsters. I enjoy campy and I enjoyed that, but yeah, no.
It just seemed like a huge missed opportunity because part of this is that he is the Toxic Avenger and he's helping people and making the world a better place. And aside from one-off at a diner, I didn't really see that. And
yeah, it was more Avenger than anything.
Yeah, and it was mostly like, give me back my son. So, which wasn't really even his son, but that's okay. So, yeah,
give me back my stepson.
Well, not even stepson. They weren't even married. He was like, give me back my dead girlfriend's son. Darn it. So, the thing with this film is, honestly, I don't think there's a lot of what would you do's other than, what would you do if you work for a toxic dumping company or a company that basically dropped and dumped toxic waste everywhere nearby and created mutant birds and killed people with all of this toxicity. And you've worked there for 13 years like our main character Winston, which he seems fine with until the day, I don't know, he's sick and then all of a sudden he cares about the work he's doing as a janitor in this terrible business. And then it's like, oh, I'm dying. I need to live. And then he's shot.
Well, no, the
reason he is in a precarious situation is likely because he works at this company where they are dealing in toxic waste on a regular basis.
He went to the CEO and was like, I've been here 13 years. The health coverage isn't enough to keep me from dying. Can you please help me out? And the CEO's like, yeah. And then they
just
stab
said
him in
yes.
the back and shove him out the door.
Yeah, it was just to shut him up because he said it at a party in front of a bunch of other people, and any smart business owner is not going to say, no, get away from me, you janitor scum. They'll say, oh yes, we'll work it out, because they're all around peers, and he just got an award and wants to look like a good guy. But he said what he needed to do when he was in public, but obviously did not honor that. So Winston winds up crossing paths with this woman who's trying to get dirt on the company to expose everything that they're doing. Which,
yeah, and by the way, that's actually my what would you do? Even before all that, you've got the guy she's working with and her, and I mean, they're digging up dirt on a pharmaceutical company, and like even the real ones seem like they are shady enough actors who are willing to go to whatever lengths necessary to keep things under wraps. And now put it in a movie in like where everything's like hugely magnified. Like that's a lot of commitment to have to go after those people and be like, yeah, I'm probably going to die, but
I mean, there are heroes in journalism that do investigative work and really put their lives at risk trying to get intel, trying to get evidence to expose things. And those people are definitely heroes to me. I as you know, I always get a little disgusted over people's admiration of celebrities, of someone who sings or they play act. People who do investigative journalism and actually expose wrongdoing in better society, those are my heroes.
Yeah, and forgive me if I don't remember the name perfectly. Like, was it Khashoggi or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who? Yeah. Exactly that. And he paid with his life.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things that get exposed because people were undercover for months, frequently in environments, doing things, participating to be able to get documentation and evidence. So in this case, the movie started off with them finally getting some evidence against BTH, the company, and some bad guys trying to get it from them, and the reporter dies, and the woman winds up smashing her evidence, and as she tries to get away, accidentally, it gets destroyed and needs more. And that is how she meets Winston just prior to him being dumped in the toxic goo and being turned into a very strange-looking kind of monster guy.
Yeah, and it definitely seemed as if, like, because he got dumped all the way in the goo, and then you had the CEO guy who drank some, and then his girl who like seemed to like get a droplet, and they all kind of morphed into various different things.
Yeah, Winston turned into, so he was played by Peter Dinklage, so obviously he was a more short in stature, and he turned into a version of the Hulk with some, I don't know, kind of sparkly pink scar sores kind of all over him. I don't know. It was, and then one eye that was huge. I mean, the good news is the death sentence he got at the beginning of the film, apparently he doesn't have it at the end of the film because that transformation into that very strange monster seems to have cured his brain.
Well, I think I know about the second one. I saw him going for the brain.
Hey, Jimmy. For folks who don't know, Jimmy is our resident zombie correspondent. I wasn't expecting you to see you today, Jimmy.
Well, I wasn't expecting to be here either, honestly, but...
Yeah, it's not a zombie movie, Jimmy.
Well, he was going for the brain. That's all I need. It's like a bat signal to me. Something goes for the brain. I feel like I'm...
Are you our new resident neuroscience correspondent?
Well, not really go for the brain in that aspect, more from a culinary perspective.
Okay, there was no cooking brains here.
Well, he wasn't cooking it, but I feel like he was going to go there. He just got interrupted.
He who?
Kevin Bacon. I don't even know his name. The CEO.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm going to go now. I just wanted to chime in.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, bye.
Oh, bye. See ya.
Boy, we really need to lock our door, Scott.
Yeah, no, this open door policy is getting a little ridiculous.
It is. So what would you do if you were Winston's kid and all of a sudden your dead mom's boyfriend is this weird monster. That's a lot for a young kid to process. What is he, maybe 12 or so?
Yeah, ish. Yeah, no. I don't know. I probably just start chanting FML to myself over and over and over.
I mean, no kid wants to be different. When you are that age, you want to blend in. Anything different, you being unique or whatever, is not a card you like to play when you're in junior high. You want to be like everybody else. And to have a dad or have a father figure who is, I don't know, a monster?
It's not so bad once he actually became like someone on the heroic side. Like you're the hero's dad. Or the hero is your dad. I mean, it's not as bad, but yeah, I agree with you. You're trying to blend, and that's not blending.
That's true. So, what would you do if this happened to you? So, I mean, I guess it beats the alternative of dying on the ground when you initially got shot, or I don't know. Does it?
I mean, it seems to. Apparently, it only hurts about as bad as a bad suntan or sunburn.
Yeah. I don't know. Winston, now, since he doesn't have the death sentence, he's living the rest of his life as this very strange-looking creature.
Let me tell you, I mean, mind you, that is a caricature of what I'm about to say, but you have no idea sometimes when life is going to throw you a massive freaking curveball and turn everything you know upside down. And it can happen literally to anyone. Now, it doesn't generally result in you being green and having an eye you can pull out, but it is...
And put back in.
It is a stark reminder, though, that something can happen in one day that completely changes your life from virtually every aspect based on something unexpected happening.
Yeah, certainly not the case for every single person, but many people start their day like any other day, and then stuff happens.
I mean, car accidents.
You end up as a customer in a bank when it's being robbed.
Yep.
You get, going under the freeway overpass when someone throws a rock down. You just don't know what the day has in store for you.
Yeah. One day you're out there walking fine, and the next day you're moving through a straw.
What?
You put a straw in your mouth because you're in a wheelchair because you're a paraplegic.
Wow.
And you have to blow.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
I mean...
Did I fall asleep for a second? We just kind of went there.
One day you're Superman, the next day you're Christopher Reeve.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Wow.
A little dark.
Wow.
Okay, a lot dark.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But no, I mean, it's a solid example. Christopher Reeve just went horseback riding.
Yep. And that's the thing. I mean, it's...
And we are dating ourselves with this reference. Folks, before this last Superman movie, there were other Superman characters.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
So, but no, it is actually a reminder of that, of be flexible and be aware that unexpected things can happen, and do as much as possible within reason to prepare for things like that.
Yeah, I would think working at a company that produced toxic waste, and you're the janitor, so you can't plead ignorance like, I'm working accounting, I don't really realize what's happening here, or you're the janitor.
I mean,
you know where the drums of toxic waste are.
And sometimes you make choices in life. Like, we go to the movies, as you can tell, all the time, and our theater of choice, as we're walking up, there is often, if it is a time when the sun is up, which is a lot, there is often a guy who is out there almost in the same pose every time, and he is just sunbathing in it.
He's standing by a planter looking up at the sun, like almost he actually smiles, and it's kind of like I'm happy, I'm worshiping the sun kind of a smile.
Yeah, you can't be shocked when one day you go to your doctor and he says, you have skin cancer.
Yeah, over the last couple of months, he's literally turned into just a normal white complexion into he looks like an American Indian. Yeah,
so I mean, some of it is the truly unexpected, but some of it is things you do have control over. So control the things you can and try to hedge against things you can't. I mean, honestly, hedging against things you can't normally just means saving money and having money for when you need it and you don't think you're going to. But I know that's a lot easier said than done.
So my final what would you do for you, I'm going to ask you specifically because you're a guy.
I am. I think I know where you're going with this.
Yes. So Winston, once he turns into Toxie, the Toxic Avenger, apparently has urine that, I don't know, acts like acid and pretty much just eats away at stuff. And we learned that early on because he pees against something and the wood, or it looked like maybe it was brick, was just all completely gone and steaming. So he later uses his urine to pee on some chains and cuffs, metal, that are keeping him hostage. What would you do if you had powerful acidic urine?
I would have got
that is a phrase I never thought I would say.
Yeah. I would have gotten the chains, not the thing around my neck.
Yeah. I mean, well, but you got to get that off. I mean, I guess that makes sense. You just want to walk around like that, like it's a choker?
Basically, like armor, in a way. I mean, as long as you're just trying to be able to get mobilized.
Yeah, I mean,
it's basically wearing like a piece of armor.
Yeah, I mean, you have a valid point. He could have urinated on the chains and gotten free enough and worried about the neck later. But
and
he
actually,
did choose, and he even said, "I'm going to pee on my face."
No.
I think there was something more kinky going on.
Yeah, that was a little weird, but no, I would have probably tried to get a couple of the chains fairly short, and I might have left two of them fairly long because now you have armor and weapon. Just start swinging those chains around. Bam.
Okay, so what would you do is you would strategically urinate on the chains so you created freedom while also creating a weapon that you could take out your adversaries with.
Strategically urinating is pretty much who I am as a person.
Are you?
That's
who you... Strategic? I don't know. Do you mean sloppy?
No, strategic.
Strategic.
Like, listen, there's a reason why there's a little seashell in the urinals. We've been aiming our lives for that moment when you just got to be precise.
We hope you enjoyed our episode. Thank you for listening. And to catch all the new episodes, please subscribe. We release 2 to 3 episodes weekly, so we'll have new content regularly. Until next time.